Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. Today we're going to talk about being a branch. Being a branch, okay? I want to do a little exercise. I want you to really do this. If you can possibly do it, okay? I want you to take a break, and after I tell you what to do, just push pause and go do this exercise, and it will help you. This is a very meaningful exercise. So I want you to go outside wherever you are. Just find the ground, some grassy area, and I want you to find a twig or a stick or a branch. Just go and find it. I want you to pick it up, and I want you to look at it and feel it. And I want you to break it apart if you can. And I want you to notice the dryness, the brittleness, and that it even may crumble in your hands. And I want you to pray this prayer. And it can be for the rest of your life if you want to. Lord, show me in any way how I am like this twig, branch, or stick. Show me how I am like this twig, branch, or stick. Okay, so where did you find? And so push pause now and go do that. And then I'm going to ask you some questions when you get back, okay? So where did you find the twig, branch, or stick? Did you find it on the ground? Was it just there lying on the ground by itself? Did you find it on a walkway, maybe a sidewalk, or in the street? Did you find it in the grass? Think about, why is the twig or the branch there? Why is it there? The twig or the branch or the stick is there because it is detached from the trunk of the tree or from the branch of the tree or from wherever it fell off. It is detached. That's why it's on the ground. Why is it dried up? Because it's detached from its source of life. So look at it. You looked at it, you felt it. Is it doing anything worthwhile? When you found it lying there on the ground or on the sidewalk or on the street, was it doing anything worthwhile except decaying, to become part of the earth again and continue the cycle? No, it's not doing anything worthwhile because there's no life in it. All right? I want you to keep that little stick or twig or branch and bring it into the house, and you can shake off the excess, but bring it in and keep it as an object lesson for you. And I want you to remember that twig or that stick, and remember that that is a branch or a twig or a stick that is detached from the vine. Okay, it's important that you see it and that you feel it and that you understand why it's in that condition, because it is detached. Okay, Jesus said in John 15, I am the vine. Did you know that you are not the vine? Did you know that you are not the vine? You're not. I'm not the vine, and you're not the vine. So let's look at some realities that we need to accept and live in. So Jesus is saying, I am the vine. I am life. I am the resurrection life. I am all life. All life comes from him. So if he is the vine, which he is, that means necessarily that we are not the vine. You're not the vine, and I'm not the vine. It's easy for believers and Christians to believe that they are the vine and that they must perform for God. And this is not what he wants. So if we're not the vine, then what are we? He says we are the branches, right? And so the vine is the source of life. And the branches are grafted into the vine, right? And they're supposed to draw their life and everything they need from that vine. So, rhetorical question, did you know that you are a branch? You are a branch. You're not the vine. And that should relieve you at some level to know that you're not the vine, that you do not have to produce the fruit, that you couldn't produce the fruit or bear the fruit if you wanted to. That it's not your fruit, and the fruit is not your business. Your business is to Stay attached to that vine and abide in that vine and rest in that vine. Okay, so what does he say after that in John 15? And it goes on and he says, without me, you can do nothing. You can do nothing. So the question is, how much nothing do you want to do? If he says, without me, you can do nothing, then this is the question. How much nothing do you want to do? So this is relating to detachment. Without me, you can do nothing. Here's a picture of a detached stick or twig, branch, just lying in the grass or wherever, it's on the sidewalk, and it's dead and decaying. See, it's detached. This is one coming from a tree, and it's attached to the trunk of the tree, and it's getting all of its life from the tree. The roots are bringing it up to the trunk and feeding it to the branch. Okay, this vine is attached. This one is detached. So here we're talking about detachment. Without me, you can do nothing. So we're talking about the nothing. So how much nothing do you want to do? How much nothing do you want in your life? That's something you need to think about right here. That is very important. You can also ask yourself, how much something do you want to do? Something is the opposite of nothing. And if Jesus is saying, without me, you can do nothing, then that means with me, you will do something because I'll be doing it through you. So how much something do you want to do? And this is really talking about walking in the yoke and letting the Lord bear his fruit, the Holy Spirit's fruit through you as you walk with him. So obviously you want to do something. You don't want to do nothing. So I'm always encouraging people to abide in the Lord. Where are you on the inside? That's what abiding means. Where are you on the inside? Are you hanging out with the Lord? Or are you can't wait to go get that next drink of alcohol? Or you can't wait to go watch that TV show? Are you obsessed with the things of the world? Are you distracted with the things of the world? Are you only wanting to satisfy your own appetites and your own desires? Or are you walking in the yoke with Christ, submitting to him? It's very easy to get distracted in this world. And people like to play that down and make it not a big deal. But in the spirit realm, it is a big deal. It's called being deceived. So let's talk about nothing. How much nothing do you want to do? Well, that will be to the extent that you participate in these things, that's the extent of nothingness you will have in your life. Independence from God. I got this, God. You just stay over there on your throne. Or let's do this together. I'll lead and you follow me. See, very easy to do. God doesn't need a leader. He is the leader, and we are incompetent at leading. So he needs to be leading all the time. Independence leads to nothingness. Detachment leads to nothingness. There's no life flowing. There's no life flowing. Self-will. I will decide how I live my life. I don't want anybody to tell me what to do. Or my ideas, I know God will just bless them because they're wonderful. And I know this is God's will. Be careful. Be careful. This is my life. This is my life. I own my life, and I will decide what I do with my life because I own my life. That is deception. My list. I have a to-do list, and I check off boxes all day long, and I know that this is a good thing because I feel like I've accomplished something when I do this. Be careful. You want to be submitting your will to the Lord, submitting your life to the Lord every moment of every day, and submitting any lists you have to the Lord, okay? He is the best editor of lists and errands and just things that are never finished, like laundry and errands and all those things. He's just the master at organizing and prioritizing those things and telling you when to do what. This is my agenda. I have a plan for my life, and it is the best. God's plan will be boring, or it will be restrictive, or it will be something that I won't like. That is a lie. That is a lie. I want to be in control because I'm a narcissist and I think I'm God. See how all of that leads to nothing? Because you're in the way. It's all about you, and you're in the way. A lot of believers are in the way of the Holy Spirit moving. Okay? As opposed to doing nothing, what if we want to do something significant in the Spirit with the leading of the Holy Spirit, where He will bear fruit through our lives, in our lives, through what we say and do? Well, if you want that, then you're going to learn over time how to be dependent on the Lord, how to rely on Him, how to adhere to Him like super glue, how to believe Him. That is called dependence. This branch is dependent on the trunk of the tree. It depends on that to give it its sustenance. And that branch is very firmly attached at the deepest level. Okay, this is Matthew 11, 28 through 30, right here and here. The yoke. The yoke. Okay, His will, God's will. Only the Creator can define the creation. Only the Creator knows what's best for the creation. So, because God has a will for you, you can decide that you want what He wants for you because you know He knows best and you know that you don't know best. He can see past, present, and future, and He always has your best interest at heart. His life, resurrection life in you, is something. And when you let that lead and fill you and spill over to others, that is the will of God. That's the will of God. His leading, like we said before, you don't have any business leading your own life. That's not your business. It's not your job. That leads to disaster is what it leads to. And it leads to you being mocked over and over again because you're sowing seeds of independence and you're going to reap that. His agenda and His control. His agenda is coming to Him first. His agenda is hanging out with Him. His agenda is knowing that He's in control. Okay? I don't want this to go too long, but this is just a look at being a branch, what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like. And if you haven't done that exercise, I'm really dead serious. I want you to go out and get a twig or a stick or a branch and do it. Do it, y'all. It's very meaningful exercise, okay? So I know that you're branches if you're watching this video, most likely. And so I pray that you will adhere to the vine, that you will rely on the vine, and that you will become more and more dependent on the vine because you are a branch. All right, I'll see you next time.